potential 2-2 pull, or when that happens, and they have to fight for elimination or fight for their life, I think they don't really have what it takes to stack up.
Yeah, and that's I guess what it's going to come down to overall. Now, on the overall predictions, you guys are definitely going for the Vitality side. We've covered most things we can with Team Spirit. Do you think if Team Spirit look at this and think, okay, look, we're reaching a level where we are starting to get better, do you think it's time for them to maybe look at a potential other change in there to add even more firepower from another young gun, considering how well Idis Balance has paid off already?
I think that might be jumping the horse a little bit. You want to at least give this lineup a bit of a time to stabilize, see if you can actually improve some things that don't necessarily require a roster change. Plus, I mean, in order to do a roster change, you need to have a clear idea of who you're bringing in.
Yeah.
Is there like a really set target? Like, do you go for Jerry, for example, from forwards? Or do you have a set idea or thought in mind as to where you want to go with this? Or you can't just pick up players for the sake of picking up players. That doesn't make a good team.
Yeah, no, completely. Now, for them, is it just more structure needed then? Is that what it is? It's need more time for this lineup. Do they have the pieces they need overall?
You know what? I'm not one of these people who's just unendingly optimistic. Team Spirit isn't a particularly good team. The players aren't top players. They have no real reason to ever be a top team. They get invited to Starladder or they qualify, whatever, that's cool. Yeah, you can play here. Yeah, some team has to come last place. Some team has to not make the playoffs. I think it's somewhat appropriate that it's Spirit at the moment until they prove otherwise.
Well, let's see if they can prove otherwise in the server. Now we're going on to Mirage. We've got James and Dan waiting by, so let's get into the game.
Yeah, I think Duncan summarized it fairly well there. I think it's going to be an uphill struggle. I think having to deal with the level of quality that we're going to see from the individuals alone on Vitality is in of itself an enormous task, especially if we consider the maps, James. Mirage and Dust 2, that's like perhaps the two worst maps almost to face a team where there's an imbalance of individual ability.
Based on what we have seen from Team Spirit ourselves and in the matches of theirs that we have commentated so far in this tournament, I think that what we've seen is they've made too many errors. If they make that level of error against a team like Vitality, I think they're going to get absolutely Hulk smashed, Gamma crushed, all kinds of madness, deleted, you name it. Mirage, we'll see which side
my chair is broken, James.
Dan has an issue with his chair, and I somehow got cola on my glasses, so we're a bit of a mess here in the commentary booth at the moment. But it will be Vitality on the CT side, presumably after winning the pistol. I mean, knife. This is the pistol. Alex with a diffuse kit and a smoke. I'm a big fan of the Alex addition to this squad. Team Spirit charging into the B bomb site, 5-man on road.
MBK is the only man there for the time being. Can he hold it down? It's going to be very difficult. That's a nice start. That's a hot shot to hit, but it is short-lived. However, his teammates are going to be moving forwards now through Market, and they're actually going to be able to get through the choke points fairly quickly. Apex leading the charge, and the rest of Team Vitality will spill through onto the bomb site, and it's not looking too bad here. Idis Balance doing a decent job, but Zywoo in from the back is doing excellent amounts of damage. However, there is still Swappic in the apartments. Chopper's done his job, and Zywoo 9 HP. There's surely no way. There's a kid on the ground, but he will also join the kit as he falls to the ground, and the round goes to Team Spirits 1-0, and that's perfect. They get to take the initiative. They get to start with the money, James. This is what they needed.
I'm interested in the AWP battle on this map. I'm sure that Vitality will do some research and have studied where Team Spirit had successes and will look to shut this balance down. But we'll have to wait and see. We've got a Zeus for Zywoo or Zywoo. We'll go with Zywoo, as it is Zywoo.
We'll go with what everyone says.
But no. Actually, on the desk there was some Zywoo and there was some Zywoo. So it's throwing me off now. Nothing to do with me. But Zywoo he's got a Zeus. And where is he with the Zeus? He is under the balcony. He's either under the window or... I'll just use my second computer. Okay, he's under the window around the B bomb sites. Zeus is good. Prefer the knife myself. It's so nice if you're a CT and you're in a round such as this. Let's say the bomb is planted on the B bomb site, and you can get yourself into mid before the T's exit. Just where that smoke is. Just under the shelf in the middle of mid. T's wants to jump over. Free knife, free money, free money! Should have done like free money. Plenty of money for some Die Young with his Mach 10 in that round. Anti-eco territory Team Spirit do a good job. 4 players survive for them. We'll see if Sundayoung continues with the Mac-10. Perhaps he goes underpass with it. I don't really know where else you could go with it unless they execute towards B and he jumps out the window. First man to take a bullet, perhaps. They have a lot of grenades to use first, though.
AWP on Zywoo. That is always going to be a scary prospect. Looking like Team Spirit are going to go straight into the B apartments here. It's not really much of a default. It feels like they just want to go into B. I mean, they've given up control towards the A side of the map, not leaving any players towards there. They will actually rotate one back there now. That's going to be, I believe, Idis Balance, who's in T-spawn.
Cody.
Oh, Cody.
Yeah.
My mistake. Perhaps I should get some glasses, James. But not your cola-ridden glasses. Sophic there by the window as MBK will find himself a pick. Not really any cover here for the T's to go out into mid. There's no smokes, and so they're getting picked off and taking all sorts of damage. Look at these pushes coming in as well. Feels like Team Vitality are able to take some serious liberties here, James, and Team Spirit are being picked off. I'm not sure what their round was supposed to look like.
It's weird because they all basically went into B-apps.
Yeah, it didn't really make sense,
which would indicate an execute, but then it's like they had second thoughts very quickly. It's like, oh, let's kind of see what's going on, make sure nothing crazy is happening towards A. Vitality, they used 2 smoke grenades to extinguish the Molotov that was thrown into connector early, so they were really light on utility super quickly, which is maybe part of why they've gone aggressive to make up for that. And they've been very successful. 35 seconds remain. Apex has gone through the underpass and into B-apps, and he sees no one is there. Sundayoung and Sotfik may make their way up the short position. That smoke will telegraph the intentions. RPK looked like he was about to rotate maybe towards the A-bomb site, but now they've got Apex on the high ground, so it should be nigh on impossible to plant the bomb in this situation. So I will stay towards A just in case. There's Apex on the high ground. That will delay some more. Sotfik gets traded, and we see there is backup in the market on the B-bomb site. 3 players survive for Vitality, and they get an AK as well.
And Vitality played that round really well. They had this awesome, like when it went to the 4 versus 2, they immediately played a retake setup on A whilst Apex was establishing a kind of a somewhat of a potential flank and information play through underpass up the steps. As soon as Apex reached those steps, they have a really good idea of how to shuffle the positioning to play optimally. So right now, just from a couple rounds, we're seeing that Vitality are looking like a really high level team. And Team Spirit have given away some weird advantages early to them as well, despite winning the pistol, despite being in a position to have the weapons first. So that doesn't bode well for Team Spirit, and they're going to be on an eco here, just 4 Deagles. They have to find damage with those Deagles, though. We'll have to see if they can do that. Team Vitality are playing it fairly reserved so far.
NBK had a very forward spawn, which is why he has the AWP, went towards the window, although he could have had an even better spawn, but sometimes if you throw the sniper directly towards the sniper, but he's kind of far away, it just gets stuck on the floor. And if you take the long route around juggling it between your teammates, then he won't be delayed in his spawn. Team Spirit moving out into the mid position. They've got that connector smoke in, very important map control for them. And now they have no more utility. The bomb is in T-spawn, Cody's deep in Palace, so someone's got to rotate to collect it. Maybe wanting to use the numbers to take control of mid, but they might still be stuck on mid once all those smokes disappear. Making their way into the ladder room position. Alex will smoke himself off to escape. And 39 seconds remain. RPK trying to hold on to the short position. He can start to move back. He's got Alex in for help. He's a lot of help now. There's a long rotation for the other CTs. Alex is doing a good job though. 25 seconds and that's the bomb taken out. Cody's top mid. Apex hasn't heard him just yet. Spots him, swats him. Only 1 man down for Vitality.
Yeah, that's perfect. I really liked how MBK gets that AWP well away and just gets to sit in the B apps. It's really cool because sometimes when a team will run a default and they'll send a player towards B playing that extremity, if there's you don't expect an AWP to be waiting for you sometimes, and then that's just a free kill at the beginning of a round, which can really cause problems. So I like that element of uncertainty. Let's see if they'll end up going double AWPs as the money starts to increase, or whether MBK at some point will actually just throw it back onto Zywoo. Either way, it's AK's out really fast towards top mid from Team Spirit, and that was spotted. Alex flashed out there to try to see what he can find, and they haven't gone too deep, but they should be able to understand that Connector is definitely under threat.
In terms of really fast, NBK was boosted by a teammate into B apartments as well with the AWP. There is a deep smoke, however, and he will fall off. That would have been a lot of information and allowed Vitality to stack towards the A area. But it may be a blessing in disguise because we can see Chopper is in the ladder position, or he was. Now he's history written in the parchment with blood by Alex. Moves away from the short position. There's no answer to that frag from Team Spirit. That's their map control up short taken away. Sumdayang's gone more passive in B apartments. But Vitality don't know that just yet. They will rotate a third person in NBK towards the A bomb site. The bomb still at the entrance to B apps. And the clock starts to tick down for Team Spirit. They've got 2 plays in mid. They're looking for an opening. They see the trajectory of a grenade. And Disbalance hopes for a peek. And he might just get one. Oh, the timing is brutal! Just not waiting long enough as the bomb makes its way towards B.
Yeah, such a shame. That felt like it could have been a good opportunity, and that would have really delayed Team Vitality in their rotation. However, Team Spirit must be quick now because Team Vitality are expectant of this play. Look at the fact that there's a smoke down in the B apartments. There's no time to mess around with this for Team Spirit. They've got to go through it most likely. And you can see the spray from RPK. He knows that they're there. They will indeed force their way into the bomb site, but the setup here from the CTs looks like it's fairly strong. RPK gets himself a fast couple of kills. Now the bomb's on the ground and Sotfik, he's not going to get a peek here. They have nailed this. And boom. Orb comes in and 3-2. Again, Team Vitality, they're playing pretty... I like the fact that they're not trying to impose themselves too much on Team Spirit. They're letting Team Spirit sort of play their game out a little bit and just kind of adapting on the fly and just taking good positions around what Team Spirit are doing and just shutting down the round in that way. And I think that's a cool approach against a team that you may not be familiar with.
Team Spirit mustered 2 frags in the last 2 rounds. So Vitality are building their money. And this is a great opportunity to continue doing that because Team Spirit are on the pistol. Sotfik with a flash and a smoke. Chopper with the smoke. That's been deployed. And 2 players are making their way into the B bomb site. Sotfik's non-committal with the bomb. So if there's success here, he may make a play in towards B. Otherwise, perhaps he rotates towards A. Disbalance gets picked off, pushing out of the palace position, so I think Sotfik will join his teammates towards that B area. Chopper and Sumdayang have made their way into the site. Apex gets his bell rung twice, and now he's gone. RPK's got a lot of work to do. There's plenty of smokes around, but not really an opportunity to plant the bomb. Alex is here as well, going down to 1 HP thanks to that grenade. And there we go. Chopper peppers in. More work to do. They still can't plant the bomb because of RPK, and Zywoo is here as well. Beyond the point of return for... beyond the point of no return for Team Spirit, unable to rotate out of the B bomb site with the remainder of Vitality there, but they did make it expensive for them.
I got to say that is, although it was really expensive, and I don't know how that ends up being the case, I love the way that Team Vitality played that round. So they got the second AWP on Zywoo in that previous round, and then Zywoo they basically played an A retake setup where they also have 2 players around B dropping smokes so that if there is a B rush, they don't die. But there's no way that the Team Spirit can actually take market away from you, so you can always get the retake on B as well. So I thought that's really cool because you don't really see teams doing that. So props to Vitality for some of the preparedness that they have on Mirage and some of the new things that they're bringing to the table.
A brief sniper battle in mid. Disbalance limps away with 70 HP. Zywoo not shy to peek the underpass either. Still early with that battle as well, so I look forward to seeing that continue to rage on. Coldy looking towards A, but he's starting to move away from that. Team Spirit huddled top mid at present. Looks like they'll be going for a late take. They've got most of their grenades, and that same cannot be said for Vitality. Apex dropping a smoke grenade, and there's NBK with the AWP, and off he goes.
Wow, they're going to burst through the smoke top mid. They've lost another player doing it. It's so cool to see Apex like molly and smoke top mid like that at that point in the rounds. And it feels like Vitality have a pretty solid defense here. Obviously, the health is on a few players, and nades just are low, but obviously 5 versus 3 is a difficult situation for Team Spirit. Flash over the top there for NBK. So there's a peek from a teammate in mid, and you can see Apex gets the peek and the kill. A double smoke there into window. That's not ideal for Team Spirit. 2 versus 5 now, and they're going to be struggling to find... they can't really win the round now. There's no time. So they're going to have to save. That sucks.
Yeah, their late takes of mids aren't really having the success that we saw from, say, an RV. On their late takes of mid, they are having a lot more problems. So we'll see if Spirit choose to change the pace or how they are able to find a way into these rounds, because Vitality are getting a lot of frags with no answer from Team Spirit. Again, there were 2 rounds earlier where Vitality just lost 1 player per round. Team Spirit did some nice work on the eco, but in the buy rounds, they're really having limited success. Chopper has scored a tactical timeout for his team. 2-5. There's plenty of work to be done, but again, the buy rounds are looking really bad for Team Spirit. They're really not getting much success.
Yeah, it's a difficult approach for them. It doesn't seem efficient in the way that, you know, there's too much utility to be expended or too much time to be expended to gain portions of map control that they may need to develop the round in the way that they want. And that's the problem, of course. And, you know, part of it is because Team Vitality have, you know, stellar individuals, but Team Vitality are also playing a really good CT side. They're looking at what Team Spirit are doing, and they're just kind of reacting. They're not really playing aggressively. They're not taking positions away, generally speaking, as far as like pushing mid or pushing apartments goes, and so on and so forth. But they're just dealing with what Team Spirit have to bring to the table, and it's been interesting to watch. We'll see Team Spirit going with what looks to be an A split eventually, but they have to take over connector. That's the next big mission. But Alex is sitting here on the fence. I don't know if he's going to allow for that to happen, but he will go down due to Sophic popping out the underpass. And so, but connector's still not open here. They need connectors they can split into the A site.
Alex would have known that was a risk, but he just deemed it one worth taking. But now the problem's compounded for Vitality. Sotfik has picked a great timing to try and creep through the smoke, although we've got a CT just around the corner. Almost NBK, but not quite. Sotfik moves towards the sandwich position. We've got Apex now in that triple area. There's one up close. He knows how to play around these smokes, but RPK will do the job for him. That leaves Chopper now on the short position. He was spotted earlier. He's on 42 HP. But I don't know where he is just now. The bomb in the middle of the A site. Time not on Chopper's side. And he's walking into a crossfire. RPK and CT, although Vitality don't know where he is just yet. But once they do wonder. The CTs also have 3 flashbangs, so they could just pop them into the middle of the site, have a look, see what's going on. Or choose to play the plant game. There's nowhere for him to plant the bomb. He can't plant default, he can't plant inverse, he can't plant for triple on either side of it. He has to take out a player. He's got 18 seconds with which to do so. And you can see they're playing the beeps basically. He didn't go deep enough. RPK turns with perfect timing, and they'll collect an AWP as well.
Speaking of timings, Team Spirit got a few situations there which were perfect timings. You know, the way that they Zyu got caught, and the way that they lost, Team Vitality lost a player in mid, the way that the push worked up on stairs. Like, it was just a perfect storm of timings for Team Spirit to get into the A-bomb site. But, and I don't know that they'll have too many more situations like that. They will have a save round here where they'll go AK on Chopper. And so let's maybe they can get some damage with that one. It's going to be curious to see how they opt to play this. They've got 3 decoys, which is interesting. You don't often see teams just straight up buying decoys in rounds like this.
Is it a fake execute? The Sean Gare special? I think it is, because 2 of them are selected. Coldie and Disbalance. I haven't seen this for a long time, but I do believe, Dan, it is the A with decoys. Just to bait out the Molotovs and so on, so it's harder for Vitality to shut them down once they throw in the real grenades. But do these decoys invite a rotation? Here they come in, they start to stream in, the decoys. Now there's the Molotovs being thrown by the CTs. But they won't throw a 4th player over. RPK was considering it. And now the smokes should start to fly.
There we go. But they only have Deagles, and Apex looks really ready for this. Spray coming in, initial spray not finding too much. The tap's not finding too much either. Has to try to get back out of there because he's in too much trouble. That triple position's too hot at this point, and he does safely manage to back off, and Naze will come in to try to deny plants as the smoke will go away. Ooh, Sumdai Young hitting a crucial shot with the Deagle. However, they need to get more because, again, there's no cover to plant at this point, and Vitality know it.
There's RPK out first, and Apex can re-aggress with 16 seconds. They've got to try and plant the bomb. Spraying through the box. Alex will support. Apex being really careful with 19 HP, and they win the round. 3 frags for Team Spirit, but no plant, and Vitality continues to string rounds together. They won't be terribly concerned with the losses because they keep winning.
Yeah, that was cool.
The mini battles, so it's all good.
It's a cool round. Apex played really smart that round. I like it when players, they know exactly the moment to retreat and just keep themselves alive. It's good to see, James.
It is indeed. NBK continues with the AWP. Now he's going over towards the B-bomb site. I think he'll get a boost from RPK again in that direction. We won't quite see it though, because we are in line with Coldy. It looks like Team Spirit going for another execute. No decoys this time. Got a smoke down on T-ramp at present. Vitality not shy to have a look in mid. Apex in connector right now, which leaves Zywoo in a retake situation, or does it? He's selling by triple at the moment. We do see Mollies sometimes go towards the triple position in an execute from a T side, but you can see Vitality have been controlling with counter Molotovs on the ramp. There was one sandwich, there's the one towards the bench. He's waiting for a flashbang from a teammate. Out he goes, spots one sandwich, spots one default, but no frags for Zywoo.
When all the frags are going to Team Spirit, this is looking really promising, but a few rounds of, as they look promising for Team Spirit, that's when everything collapses. So we'll have to see if that's going to be the case here as well. Ooh, we see a tricky smoke there thrown by the CTs defensively to give NBK more space to work with. However, some Die Young doing a fantastic amount of work here, and the CTs all still stuck behind choke points will be eliminated one by one as the bomb plant will be in. And Alex has a 1 versus 4 in his hands. And, well, damage could be nice, but actually the money's not too perfect for Team Vitality, so he's going to book it out of there. And, well, respectable, very respectable A set piece coming in from Team Spirit, and that's awesome. They found a really legit way to win around there after many struggles.
Looking at that CT smoke on CT, there must be a purposeful smoke you can throw which gives you the gap in the bottom left corner, which gives you an angle. If you are with an AWP, you can go down the stairs a little and you can see somebody trying to plant default, for example, when it's hard for them to see you. So that might be something to think about situationally. Maybe I'll try and find something there.
You can think about it, James.
Yeah, I think I will think about it.
Make the video and then we'll copy it.
Absolutely. We saw what, it was a scout, wasn't it? Through the corner of the smoke with Simple.
Simple, yeah.
Yeah, it's a common thing with sometimes with an A execute from a T side, you get a small gap there. And, I mean, people might spray and so on, but you have an opportunity to see people's legs and shoot them. So that one kind of bounced weird and landed in the barrels, which stops that from being an entire possibility. I was concerned, actually, because the way the smoke ended up, I thought that they might see NBK closer to the smoke. It's a tech pause at present. Chopper reconnecting to the server. Hopefully it's a brief one. Okay, they're asking, I think, for a restoration of a round or something. I don't know what happened. Maybe he lost a weapon with the disconnect or armor, I suppose. Restore for armor, I'm assuming. 7-3 is the score in favor of Vitality. They are in a position to buy, mostly with $6,000. Zywoo's on a round 3. There is the round restore. Chopper gets his armor back. And they are ready to resume.
Okay, so the thing is for Team Spirit here, their defaults and their map control takes and so on, that's not really been successful. We've only seen success from that set piece. You can't just run the set piece every round. So, one thing that they could try to do is they could try to play, that kind of really, really defensive Na'Vi style default where, you just, if the CT try to run up mid, you're playing in the B apps entrance, and that's basically like your defense point if they run up mid, and just keep it super passive and then do like a late round set piece. But the problem is that Na'Vi are really good at denying you the ability or the want to push, and I feel like Vitality would probably push in a situation of really slow round, and then they may get the information. So we'll see exactly what Team Spirit are doing, and they're going to go for a fast top mid take again. They've done this a bunch of times, James. They do enjoy it, and B split might be on the cards here as they rush in for it.
Ooh, Vitality going for a 3-man push towards the ramp. Zywoo gets an angle. He has to find a frag there, but he does lots of spam, and the B-bomb site is taken. Vitality outmaneuvered far away from the B-bomb site, and they'll lose NBK on the A-bomb site as well, trying to do something through connector. That is a fast round from Team Spirit. They picked the right one again with the 3-man investment towards T-ramp for Vitality. And they take a player away from A as well. And that really decimates the money for Vitality and puts Spirit in a position to start a comeback. Sotfik just about taken out in time there.
Yeah, there's a world where Team Spirit think, hey, maybe Vitality is just going to have going to spend more time on the A bomb site at the beginning of the rounds, and they won't sort of come into middle. They'll be passive around mid. So you know what? There's actually a solid gamble for us that we could just run through mid and not find much resistance at the early timing of the round, which does make a B split really, really strong. And it seems to be that's exactly what happens. I would love to know if that was their thinking from them, because that's the kind of the calling that I think is really interesting. When you start to get into your opponent's heads, you start to build expectation, you condition them, then you try to play against that. Either way, there is still enough to scrap together a buy here for Team Vitality. Will they do it, though? They don't look like they are. They could have tried to force around the 2 rifles save, but they could have got two FAMAS dropped, and they decided not to, James. They're being very conservative here with their money.
RPK and Apex, the riflemen, they're on the A bomb site, essentially in a double peak, depending on who peaks. But no one's peeking. Coldie is passive in Palace, and Team Spirit are enjoying the luxuries of mid with a smoke in the window. They have more smoke to enjoy. Another smoke in the window. Don't want to outstay your welcome, however. Alex creeping behind the smoke with a P250 in case somebody boosts too early. Team Spirit starts to move into a B split position. Chopper and Idis Balance moving up to that short position. Ladder will slowly be cleared, but the pace at which they're doing it sends Vitality towards the B bomb site. They've got 4 players there now. They don't necessarily want to engage at this distance because it favors the T side, but there is a frag from Alex. It's one of 3 players on the B bomb site, inviting them in. Apex with the AK-47, 2 frags for him now. I do wonder if Spirit have just gone too slow. Apex taken out, but RPK is still a problem. He's alone on the B bomb site. Spotted now. He's in the red. Just needs to buy time because NBK is rotating through the crawl space right now. Somebody, Dayang, needs to clean up. He's got 30 seconds to find 2 people. He knows where one is. He knows one's rotating, so he's got to move fast. Spots NBK. RPK not peeking just yet. Out he goes to the crouch peek, but he was too low.
But he has to plant the bomb. He's got to go get the bomb because NBK knows it. NBK just has to play really passively. He can just wait for the beep beep. Ooh, the jump across. I think NBK just about spotted the pixel there. But again, Somna Young, is he going to play the gamble game? Yes, he is. He just goes for the peek. But NBK peeks before the bomb starts to be planted as well. So that's really interesting. But still, it is so much damage.
Yeah, Team Spirit's pacing is a problem in that round. Even with the flashbang in ladder room, I don't know if maybe there was a team flash, why they were just edging slowly through ladder after the flashbang. But they telegraphed their intentions, which allowed Vitality to react to them. And you don't really necessarily want that, especially when the clock starts to run down. But they survived it. NBK taken out looking towards the ramp by Disbalance. He's been in a number of different places with the AWP so far. Window towards B, so on and so forth. Zaiwu can pick it up later if he wants to. For now, he's going to try to deal with the connector position. A CT smoke at the bottom of connector to buy some time for Vitality. It's an important area to control. Disbalance with a further back angle on A, just in case of a push.
It's really annoying when there's that threat of the T orb on a fast timing towards T steps. Feels like you can't, if you want to play connector or a faster timing on connector, you can't go through the A site to do it now. I'd be curious if NBK does that, but this is beautiful. Perfect way to play it, get Alex aggressive. And if they push the B bomb side, he just has to get a multi-frag. And they stack the A side. They've got 2 committed positions, so if there are smokes down on the site, or rather I should say cutting off positions, isolating the players on the site, if they're all on the site, the CTs, then that's the best way to defend this. Zaiwu is going to get smoked off most likely over by Ticket. But perhaps he can flash in for his teammates. He's got 1 flashbang and an HE. There goes the HE. Flashbang might be coming in soon as well. RPK waits patiently. Him and Apex, they've got it all to do here on this A-bomb site for Vitality. Zaiwu getting in front of the smoke, and can he find anything? This is really laboured here for Zaiwu. He can't quite find the engagement that he needs. They're going to push him now from both sides. Really good coordination from Team Spirit. The sprays are in. Alex, can he do it? No! Somdai Young once again denies it all. Lovely stuff. Team Spirit with 6 rounds, James. They're looking way better now.
That was absolutely wild. When that execute came in, there was 1 more smoke for Vitality on RPK. He could have chosen to throw it towards the ramp position, but he was holding an angle towards Palace, he would have been completely exposed, and if someone was deep in Palace, they would have heard him throwing it, so who knows what might have happened. He chose to hold the angle instead, which is perfectly fine, obviously, and it's the safer choice to make, but you do wonder if the smoke went down, Team Spirit would have had to go through it into the A-bomb site, and maybe it would have been different, but it was so close to being different anyway. And here we are, the money's been broken for Vitality, they're on the eco, they're being eliminated in mid, it will be a brief round, and we are moving quickly into the last round of the first half, looking at 7-7 in this situation, unless Zaiwu has just the most bizarre round of maybe all time.
Well, he's going the right way, James. That's a start. He's picked up a scout as well. But maybe he wants to stay on the Deagle, I don't know. He's a god with anything. We've seen some ridiculousness with scouts, but maybe not this time. It is a bit too difficult, and he'll run back perhaps and try to save what he has. We'll have to see. Maybe not. Oh, there you go. There's a nice headshot coming in from Zaiwu. Can he get anything else? There's the second one. And stuff starts to get a little bit weird indeed. That's what you're looking for, James. It's getting real weird. Zaiwu, 5 HP, no Kevlar, no nades, no support, no kits. Nothing but a Deagle in a dream. He's found out where another player is. He's causing an undue amount of stress to Team Spirit at this point in time. How is he alive still? Makes very little sense, but it's finally he's dead. Yeah, it was so much effort to kill him.
I think he was trying to maybe take some players down on the ship with him, but did the best he could. Last round of the first half, they're back on the buy. NBK, AWP, no Kevlar, he's naked. See where he chooses to go. Might want to avoid the window in case there are grenades behind the smoke. Although I'm sure he'll be gone if there was a smoke. He'll go towards A at the beginning of the round. This balance has the spawn to go up top. There was the slight whisper of a CT. Again, if you're standing on a table support looking into the underpass, you can get taken out. NBK, you can't have that for free. Need a teammate to flash over from the A bomb site. Very risky to just walk into that angle, especially when you know someone like this balance is on the server.
Yeah, that's twice now that NBK's been taken out at the beginning of rounds. When his teammates don't have... It's a round where they don't have much utility to start with. So another 5v4 here. Team Spirit look good to maybe clear out this first off with an 8-7. But can they capitalize upon the man advantage? Apex is in the connector position now. It's a pretty difficult one. He's got the AWP as well, so he really has to get something from this. His timing. Oh, it's not quite good enough. Sotfik will take him down. Well, they can't save. It's the last round, so this is just going to be awful. Zaiwu is in a position that could be troublesome, but the problem with Palace is as soon as your element surprise is gone, you get locked in there. You need your teammates to kind of unlock that door once again as they provide distraction. Oh, but he's going to go out because of the molly. They've absolutely nailed it. I think he's into another molly. Somehow still gets the kill. Alex is in position on the side. Maybe there's a situation here where Vitality can make this work. The smoke cover is actually working out. RPK is going to get one. That forces Chopper out into Alex, and it's all lining up. Alex picks up another one, and the third kill in the round. And Vitality, I have no idea how they picked that up, but they get the 8-7.
Yeah, Zaiwu bought time for his teammates to rotate into the site with that smoke down between Triple and Default. And it is a one-round lead for Vitality at half-time. We are 5 seconds away from the second half. Alex leading the charge with 17 kills. Sum Dayung for his team with 15. All nice and close. This is a juicy matchup for Mirage, especially with the likes of Idis Balance. He's been quite entertaining to watch in this tournament so far. And he continues to be for sure with his actions up top mid. So, but of course they will all start on the pistols for now. Team Spirit will have 4 sets of Kevlar, Sotfik on a diffuse kit and a smoke grenade. I don't see any P250s just yet. Alex and NBK smoke flash HE grenade. No P250s, no long range specialist weapons for Vitality on the T side.
Team Spirit have guessed correctly though as far as the majority of their defense goes. They've got an A-push coming their way, the balcony burst. But Chopper might be a horrible complication for them in that shadow position. We'll have to see. But anyone looks shadow. It looks unlikely at this point. Chopper still has not been activated. Will he even be necessary? Well, now it definitely is. 2 quick kills. And once again, Team Spirit absolutely shut down the pistol.
Shut it down.
Very nice. And this is not an easy game for Vitality. Team Spirit really making it complicated. Winning both pistols.
good start for them. Vitality have not bought a thing yet. Apex picks up a P250. A lot of utility used by Vitality, but not quite the right mark for that particular pistol round. Chopper starting to move up the mid position. He's facing away in case of a flashbang. There's a flashbang for his teammates, and Watson players going deep. Doesn't need to go too crazy up top. Some harassment with the HE grenade, but he is vulnerable to lower area, so he'll deal with that. And now we see a charge from Vitality up top, and plenty of money is being made. He will be hungry, thirsty, maybe both for that final kill, but Disbalance will be the one to do it. SMG kill for him as well. That's obviously important, as he wants an AWP ASAP. It won't be this round though, but I'm sure they'll keep their money together. Loads of investment in grenades for Team Spirit, and the AKs and Galil are out for Vitality.
And this is where we could see a very, very different game. It could, like, I would expect that Vitality, with the skill that they have, really turn up the heat with this T side of theirs. So you get some nades in there towards connected to deny early positioning there, so that's why we can get out. Nice nade work here coming in from Vitality, very drilled. That much is clear. The Apex, ooh, taking some spam from Connector. Good work by Sumda Young. He's been instrumental for this Team Spirit lineup. He's definitely a pretty hot prospect. Wonder what his future looks like. But the future for this round for Vitality is not looking too bad here. They've got mid control. They are taking really forward positions here. They've got the lurk in Palace and MBK as well. There's lots of opportunity. Also, the Apex ready to just dive through the window at a moment's notice. Team Spirit need to start investigating, James, because Vitality is setting up.
Apex in a boost position, and Alex is in the ladder room. So with the lurker towards A, it suggests A, but they could go in either direction with a split towards B, but the smokes have come and gone in Connector. NBK is the only person with a smoke left, and he's in Palace, so not much he can do with that. Or is there? Actually, he'll deploy it from that Palace position. Don't normally see that. And he kills the guy above Shadow. And now we're really on. Sumda Young trying to look through the corner of that smoke in a jungle position. Coldie's in a really bad spot. He can't really fight to the death in this position. Chopper staying in Biaps for the time being. Sotfix making his way over. But there's 15 seconds to plant the bomb. And indeed, there is no smoke now. But they will just manage to get it down. And then Zaiwu will fall on his sword.
But yeah, as you say, that's really enough, though. Fight over, I think, by Catwalk between Alex and Chopper. That was an important one, as Alex had position onto the bomb from Connector, through Connector. And now it's down to our BK and Apex. Flash up. Tetris is really in trouble right now. Apex, he goes down also. That was a really key frag, though, I think, from Chopper on shorts. That was the play. You know, if all else goes wrong, you got that guy on short who can cover the bomb for you. But Team Vitality will lose that round, and Team Spirit, I thought they were in trouble because they were giving Team Vitality their ideal setup for that round, but still Team Vitality could not do it.
Nice variation from Vitality. It reminded me of the execute from Virtus Pro, where they would have a late player move through the B apartments to come towards short for a late flank on a short plant. They put the player in ladder instead. Vitality now find themselves on pistols in round number 19. Team Spirit doing a lot better than we've seen before in Mirage in this tournament. And Vitality use the smoke to stream out, actually. Take the Spirit players by surprise. Coldie gets absolutely wrecked. That's a rifle to be collected. And there is most certainly time for a bomb to go down.
Yeah, it's not looking too bad, actually. Sumda Young's going to jump through. I think you spotted there, take some additional damage. Only down to 47, though, so he's still okay. But this round might not be okay because RPK's got an AK-47. However, Idis balance, steady pair of hands. Zaiwu now left alive with that CZ. There's one. He's always a scary threat. I think he got a dink, in fact, on Sotfig as well. So, you know, if you don't surround him quickly, he can do a lot of damage. But that's the round for Team Spirit. They're looking really stable, actually. The way that this Mirage started, I was like, oh, you know, Vitality just going to outclass them completely. But Vitality is beginning to struggle against Team Spirit here. But this is where the game changes. We go to a new phase for this Mirage game. Team Vitality, they got the AWP on ZywOo, the full utility against a full buy of Team Spirit as well. I'm really curious what this will look like now, because this is where I think we'll start to see, you know, Vitality finding ways to pull away, or Team Spirit finding ways to cement their lead even further. Can they deal with ZywOo?
Well, they will not expect this gap in the smoke. This balance has outstayed his welcome, however. Coming from the underpass, you are exposed. You don't get to hold that angle for free, and now you know why. Ends up being a trap in disguise. Big duel as ZywOo through the smoke, saves his teammate no less. Chopper will be heard by RPK, who's underneath him. 3 players, they need to identify where they are. Team Vitality, they know where one of the players is at the very least, or was. But I don't think they're terribly concerned, and it looks like they're moving in for that B split.
I've got to say, I love that Team Spirit had the pop flash. Well, they had the re-smoke of Connector from Catwalk, and then they pop flash from Catwalk into the smoke to get a push, knowing that they have to be proactive somehow. That's actually awesome. I think Team Spirit, they're actually impressing me quite a bit right now, James. I think they've got a lot left to say about this Mirage game as we see Vitality close out this round. I really enjoyed that. You don't see it too often. See, I think they will be able to save this. There's only one problem, and Alex, he's close by. How much can he do? Oh, the jump. Oh, dear. Now, Team Vitality know where all these players are. Alex, he might just do it by himself. Mr. Alex McMeekin will take one to the face. But here comes the second challenge. 1 by 1. Got to win the 1v1s. And Apex will win his. And that's all the guns gone. Where's the economy now for the CTs?
RPK seems to have like a bunch of paper covering half of his keyboard. I wonder what it is. Practicing for an exam, maybe. Cody on the French gun. He'll pick up some grenades, and he is good to go. 2 players starting on the A side for Team Spirit. Som Da-young in the window. Sometimes you see Molotovs bouncing off the wall above Connector into the window. These days you see it on the odd pistol round. Takes vision away just like a smoke grenade, essentially, although you sometimes need a flash behind it if you're going for a fast B play. A split, bounced off the back wall, so if somebody's holding the off angle into short, they will be blind as well. Som Da-young and jungle. Apex in a very forward position early. Team Spirit have lost all control of the mid position, and they are very far back from short, so they don't really have any info. A minute on the clock for Vitality. The smoke starts to sail in. Possession of the Connector about to be taken. Som Da-young looking to abuse this little gap, but nothing doing so far.
And Beastless are really strong. Something's going to find... Oh, they're going to line up, actually. Some good damage, but it doesn't get a single kill. Chopper needs to do a lot of damage here from the van position. I don't know if they've been spotted. Oh, my God. That's so awful. MBK was reloading, and that's a chance for Chopper to do more damage as he gets out onto the site, but he will eventually go down. And I think his teammates were already just saving anyway, so I suppose it was never going to happen anyway. But so now I think this is a problem here for Team Spirit. They gave Vitality, they just let Vitality kind of take the map, the mid position. Vitality set up a B split without too much of a problem. And then Team Vitality get to execute in as a team with good coordination and the correct utility. That means that Team Spirit, they need to do something on that setup phase. They've got to mix it up, get a push, take a player out before Team Vitality can set up correctly for their push. Just make it more complicated. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see something a bit more proactive from them, whether that be in middle or some aggression somewhere else. As Team Vitality just playing out of that default into the B split. They could be playing out of that default into an A split with all the. They had all the options available to them in middle. Need to try to deny that now, Team Spirit. They still have the open Nidus balance at least, but they don't have too much else around it.
Where is he headed? Nidus balance. towards Palace, maybe. Towards the ramp, even. Very aggressive. This is what you want to see. Battle sniper mode immediately. They've got Coldy on the FAMAS as well. He'll be left in situ on the ramp, and Disbalance will rotate elsewhere. NBK lurking in Palace as Vitality drop a smoke on short, I do believe, with a pop flash for their take of mid. So Disbalance could look towards the short position through connector. NBK getting closer in the meantime, and RPK is alone with the bomb on T ramp, and he's about to walk into Coldy, so that's going to be a very interesting situation. NBK will take Sotfik out. But the RPK issue is an important one. But there's so much map control for Vitality. But again, Disbalance looking towards the connector position. And that's Coldy. He never saw RPK because he was up on the balcony position on T-Ramp. And now he starts to emerge. So Coldy was distracted by NBK. That could have really changed things. But here we are. 4 versus 1. Vitality in a good spot now.
Yeah, it almost worked out for Team Spirit, as you say. But the 11-11. Vitality really taking some serious control of the game. And they're doing it off of, these consistent kind of defaults, getting that control through middle. That was, again, very much like the last round, except what they did was they just set up an A split instead of going for a B split. And here they're going to mix it up and go for a fast contact play straight into the bomb site. This is going to be very shocking. I don't think he's just not ready for that. Apex in there with a one tap. Oh no, they're going to be locked out the bomb site soon enough as well.
We're fighting for it. Smokes are not down just yet. Vitality stuck in the choke point, so this might not work out for them, especially if NBK gets isolated in the Palace position. That's not the case just yet. They're walking through. Sotfik's completely blind. They've spotted him eventually, and now Vitality starts to get the frags. 4 versus 2. Alex needs to pick good timing before Coldy moves through that connector position, and Disbalance has a decision to make. Looking for a gap in the smoke once again. He had much success from that when there was one. This time there isn't, and surely it's time to fall back. 2 versus 4 with no grenades or a kit or Kevlar for Disbalance. We're asking a lot of them, and there he goes. Shot in the back of the head. Close casket funeral for him. Coldy still in connector hiding in plain sight, but there isn't really much for him to do in this one.
Yes, what a great mix-up, especially because that fast timing, it reminds me of Inferno a little bit. Again, what if Vitality been exploiting again and again with these mid-control defaults, which just give them the ability to split the bomb sites. And what's happened with Team Spirit? They've been playing too passive. So one of the adjustments you may have expected is that Team Spirit take more action in middle at the beginning of the round. If they do that, their defense on the site is really light at the early timings. And maybe that was the thinking for Vitality, and if it was a very smart way to do it. And they were up against one guy, which Apex 1 just shot him straight in the face. So beautiful stuff there from Vitality. Spirit lose everything. But what do they do now? I mean, are they forced now to go back to playing the sites, worrying about these fast contact plays, or do they try to go aggressive middle?
Speaking of worry, Vitality have loads of money. They have their full buy-in. And 4 of their players have 8,000 or above, and the 5th has 5.5. So there's a lot of cash for Vitality. Team Spirit, if they win a round with like 1 player surviving, then it's just not going to be enough. They're gonna have to really claw tooth and nail to take a lead again in this situation. 11-12 in favor of Vitality, and the money is terrible for Team Spirit. It's about 2,400 per person. Maybe a little more, but whatever it is, it's completely inadequate. What are they doing, Dan?
I was just wondering if they would just run contact into A again, but they're going to use grenades, it seems.
What is that instant read from Team Spirit? They were starting to spread out and like, hold on a second, let's all go A. And they have made the right call. Perhaps they were expecting that as well, Dan. And they've made the right decision. But Coldy's got to do something with this AUG, otherwise it is going to be a completely lost round, as it probably should be, statistically speaking. And in that situation, 2 versus 4, maybe it's just time to move away and hold on to this AUG. Coldy alone. Standing his ground for now, but I do think this is kind of suicide. Well, 1 versus 3. Those statistics are different. Feels like it's worth a try. I think he was just spotted by triple, and Alex is going to delete him. He's running hot today, and he will continue to play his rush. 13-11 for Vitality.
Yeah, it's looking really tough for Team Spirit. This is one of those spots where that T side, you've got a bunch of rounds together and you've really started to find ways to dismantle your opponent. And again, at this point, Vitality could kind of do anything. And going back to one of their defaults, or even going for a slow default, might be like a really safe way to play this now, just to see what Team Spirit's response is, whether there's an overreaction. But instead, we see like a pretty fast just push into middle. Zaiwu going for a fast pickup catwalk. Very aggressive. It's not going to work out. Idis Balance just stuck out there in the window position, and he will get the opening kill. There is a chance here now for Team Spirit with the advantage, but I'm very curious what the adjustment will now be for Vitality, as they still have a lot of firepower left.
This is an important opportunity for Vitality to really put Spirit on the back foot, and it's an important chance for Spirit to really claw something back. But again, they need to win with numbers alive. It's not good enough if only 2 people are okay. They need to be able to buy grenades for map control. They need to be able to smoke the bottom of connector, to throw flashes over the top for a peek from the window, and so on and so forth. Young and Disbalance start to rotate towards the bomb site just at perfect timing. RPK taken out as well, and issues are compounded for Vitality. Alex close. Tag, but no frag. It's just not enough, not 100 HP. That leaves Apex and NBK in a 2 versus 5. They just haven't done that much in this particular round in terms of damage, fragging, output. Chopper's low, but beyond that, Team Spirit just ready and waiting. They need not rotate anybody. They could play a default setup, a 2-1-2 in this spot now. With the bomb spotted towards B, I think it's fallen out of the window as well. Not that it makes too much difference. NBK starts to make his way down. He's running. Chopper can raise the alarm. Doesn't really want to peek with 9 HP in connector. Coldy will do the job for him. Everybody survives for Spirit. That is exactly what they needed, quite literally. Everyone alive. Take the round. Off you go.
Yeah, and Vitality going for a really aggressive opening, and Team Spirit being ready for it this time, and that's really what got them that. So here it is. This is what got them that advantage, and then from then on, they were able to just hold really nicely. And Team Vitality, again, they're having so much success with their defaults. Like, I don't think there was really a round where, like, there was a round where Team Spirit tried to really contest them, and then they just lost a round because they lost too many players. And there's other rounds where they just gave up middle, and then Team Vitality successfully built a B split or an A split every time out of it. So we're going to see a B rush here, where Vitality keep trying new things. Sophic very blinded, works out here. Alex and RPK, shock and awe on the B bomb side has worked marvelously well, and they're going to have to turn tail and run. They don't have much money either. They need that AWP to survive.
A change of pace, exactly what the doctor ordered. See what Young can do in this position. Very limited, especially without that vent being broken. And Apex is top mid, so he has issues to deal with. He could just stay in that position, though, in the ladder room. Doesn't need to leave there. Unless he fears T's pushing, but it may be safe. What's not safe, though, is Team Spirit's lifeline on this map. Vitality moved to 14. Dust 2 as the second map. Not really a great situation for Team Spirit. They really want to win Mirage. But again, Disbalance is a very good asset to have. However, you don't want to start 0-1 down.
Yeah, he's been really good, actually. I like how when you watch his perspective, you see an AWPer or just a player that's very in the zone, very focused. Every peak that he takes, he's very committed to every play, and I like that a lot, very decisive. Speaking of which, Vitality going fast into mid again this time. Zaiwu gets his kill. Oh my god, that nade did enormous damage. But is it worth anything? Team Spirit lost 2 players for it. And NBK is about to take another one down. Chopper and Sophic left alive, but it really looks like round 15's going to be in the mix very shortly for Team Vitality. I don't know what Team Spirit can possibly do. You can see how Vitality just as soon as they got that previous kill, they just stopped. It's like they've all timed out almost.
Yeah, I like that they are choosing not to run into anything, even with 2 players. They'll pay the respects. They want to minimize mistakes, but that plays onto both ways as far as time is concerned. They do have a minute on the clock, so it's not the biggest concern just yet, but they haven't really checked taps in all this time. So RPK will be the sentry moving in first with Alex behind him with the bomb. And we see Chopper and Sotfik have made their way all the way deep into the A-bomb site. Apex cutting off rotation in that connector position. Showing some presence now, some standard stuff. Control of connector. Walking straight through. He'll go down. So they know where one of the last 2 players is, and Vitality know. Worst case scenario, we are 4 versus 1. Now we can charge into the B-bomb site. If somebody's there, we just trade.
It's funny because like I think at like 40 seconds left, Vitality had not thrown, I feel like, a single grenade. They had like full utility for just so long. But obviously they just got those 2 instant kills in mid. I like that they're just keeping the pace pretty quick. I think there's an argument that they could have slowed things right down. But they just want to keep playing fast, and I respect that. Team Vitality looking to bring French Counter-Strike back to the top of the game. And I feel like they're doing a lot better recently. Like they're generally we're seeing a lot more detail in their game, a lot more resilience that can be offered up.
We were big fans of what LDLC were doing. RPK was taken out just then, by the way, so Sotfik was able to hold on to the AWP. But we were big fans of LDLC, led by Alex, and I think we were happy to see him added to the Vitality roster, as sad as it was to see the breakup of LDLC. That kind of sucks, but the focus here is Vitality. And yeah, I think from what we know, he appears to be a good addition. I'm sure the team will listen to him because they saw what he was able to do with LDLC. He's quite an interesting player to watch in his own right as well, not just an in-game leader. As you can see from the scoreboard, he is currently 25 for 16, Alex, well away ahead of anybody else on his team.
Individually, he's actually really good. He's quite a standout. And that's a scary prospect. I mean, this Team Vitality lineup is just packed with skill. It's really difficult to try to win a game of skill versus them. And you can see that Team Vitality have added in so much detail when it comes to the tactical elements of the game. And they're looking to finish the game off here, at least map 1, Mirage. They're 15-12, and we're going to see another fast play into the A-bomb side. Coldy at the back. Oh, he's actually landed that shot, but he doesn't get the fatal connection. Chopper, though, on the side of the smoke, is staying alive by default, and he's actually able to hold this line for the time. And with flashbangs coming in to support, Something Young's looking over, but he will burn down, and maybe with him, the chances will burn down as well for Team Spirit. We'll have to see if they can somehow bring themselves back into the bomb site. No smokes down here to deny Sotfik, so he's still got to look in. Be careful.
Vitality was stuck around the Tetris choke point for quite a while. There we have some counter flashes. Disbalance hasn't committed to the A-bomb site, though. He's still standing on B, maybe looking for a flanker, but in the meantime, I think Spirit could have done with his help towards the A-bomb site. Now it's only Disbalance because Sotfik gets his face ripped off. And now it's 1 versus 2. The bomb still needs to get planted, so he has a job to do. Alex can plant default. Disbalance is rotated from jungle to connector. The T's know it's a possibility. He could go CT as well, so they better get their skates on. Now, once he stands, Alex, his head will likely be showing, which is why he's still crouching. Keep an eye on CT, and NBK can watch the cross.
Is there any way that he could possibly... He knows that he's on default. It's just so difficult. He's trying to bait him out. It's so hard to bait him out, though. Alex is playing this perfectly, just not moving a muscle. Oh, he's going for it. That's not a bad try. Very well done, but it's not good enough. It's going to be the first map to Team Vitality. It was a struggle, actually, at times. I thought it would be more one-sided. And you know what? Moving into Dust 2, I feel like there is still a good chance that we could see a pretty competitive matchup here. Team Spirit, I think they're rising to the occasion.
Vitality won 8 of the last 9 rounds, so once they found the solution... I mean, there were a number of rounds where they just annihilated the CT economy with double frags. I think in 2 or maybe 3 rounds, and that is absolutely devastating, especially in the late game. It's very hard to be able to handle that. Great performance from Alex. I think he finished 25 or 16 or something like that, definitely leading by example. A great addition to Team Vitality. And as an extra fragger rather than just an in-game leader, that's pretty awesome as well. I think Vitality looked good. I think we saw a better performance than we saw on the previous Mirage from Team Spirit, but on this occasion just wasn't enough.
Yeah, they've got a lot of tools going into Dust 2, but the thing is, you look at Idisbalance, great AWPer, then you look at Zyro and you're like, well, he's just a better AWPer and a better player overall. And then when you kind of stack it up, it's like, well, they're coming a little bit short. But I do feel like Team Spirit can make this competitive. I do feel like we still will have a game on our hands.
Yeah, I think we will be going to a break, and then when we're back, it will be Thoughts at the Desk on the first map of this series.
Cool, right? Want to know where I got it? Well, look, go to cs.money. It's a trade platform and a marketplace at the same time. Just choose, click, and get. Good luck, bro.
Case. Big update and new features in the case battles. Updated and convenient interface with new options. Up to 4 users can participate in one battle now. Create and customize your battles, any number and any type of cases. Choose the number of participants and invite your friends with a unique link. Watch the best drop and win everything. Don't miss epic battles on Hellcase.